And for whatever reason, you have a closed mind. I don't know why. Perhaps you could tell me.
You are now listening to the Latino Free Mind podcast. Enjoy the show.
Hey Gio, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. That was a great intro.
I was just thinking that. Well, first of all, um, let me do the intro like Daniel does. So, welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 126, and today we're going to be talking to Gio. He's filling in for Daniel. Daniel had some other prior commitments he needed to attend to that were very important. Um, Happy birthday, Letty! And
Birthday.
we're going to be diving into talking a little bit about a missing person. We couldn't find them to give a live in-person state of the state, Mr. Gavin Newsom. How you doing, Gio?
I'm doing good. I didn't know that Gavin Newsom did that.
Yeah, yeah,
What a loser.
yeah. They were calling him out. The tough guy couldn't come out and speak on the state of the state. I wonder why.
Wow. Ooh. I have to bring it up. I have to bring it up because it was just a few weeks ago when Charlie Kirk sent a tweet out about Prop 50, calling out Gavin Newsom. And Gavin Newsom, I want to respond to him with the same thing. I'm sure he was doing the stupid little shimmy.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh, somebody's scared. That's what he responded with. "Ah, I just want to tell him the same thing. Like, why, why do a pre-recorded?
Mhm.
Oh, scared.
Fair, scared to face the music.
He's got to do it in person and live. It
Yeah,
should
I
be
think
on the
it's
news, right? I mean, it should be on every public channel here in California, in my opinion.
yeah. I think it's a little bit harder to lie live, looking at people in the eye. I mean, I know it's a camera, but there's a big difference when you're doing something live and when you're pre-recording it. It's like, wait a minute, that didn't sound too genuine. Let me run that back and record that again, and make it sound a little bit more genuine. But
I I just realized it's September 17th, 2025. So, it might just be that we're in the middle of COVID.
mm,
So that's why we can't do live in person. That's why.
uh, he was having flashbacks. But yet again, him and his family were still out dining in the most expensive and luxurious restaurants there is, while we were locked down in our houses.
He's done a lot of funny things, and it still surprises me how he was voted in multiple times, 3 times.
Yeah.
Twice voted in as governor, and once protecting his seat, almost lost to Larry Elder, the face of white supremacy, who just
Oh
happens
yeah.
to be a black man from South Central.
Yeah. But what do you think the state of the state symbolizes? I know we're kind of talking about it a little bit, but why is it important for a governor to give a live state of the state? What does that mean to you?
Um, well, to me, I think it's an opportunity for the governor to come out and tell us how the state has been going
Hmm.
over the last year compared to previous years, and to explain why it's going great or why it's not going well.
Yeah. Uh, Transparency, accountability, showing some leadership, right?
Yeah,
It's a,
exactly.
it's a little suspect when he doesn't show up. I mean, that's what it means to me. So I wonder what it means to him. It's not important enough, maybe? He's doing such a great job that he doesn't have to, you know, um, project transparency, accountability, and leadership. He's
He
that
could
good,
he could just be spending a lot of time reading AB 495.
maybe.
So
Maybe.
so AB 495, remember, is the bill that's currently sitting on Gavin Newsom's desk. It's supposed to allow parents to fill out an affidavit in case they get picked up by immigration, get uh, deployed, or become too sick to go pick up their child from school. It allows the parent to authorize another individual to pick up their child from school. Unfortunately, the affidavit does not have to be pre-filled out. So it's not that the parent has delivered it. It could just be that somebody comes in and claims, "Hey, I'm a mentor," or "I'm their child coach, and here's an affidavit." Hmm. But maybe it's a bad actor who just printed it out online and came to pick up your kid, and now your kid has been abducted. There's no safeguards in there. I get that there is, um, you're under penalty of perjury by bringing in a false document, but
But
I think,
criminals are criminals. They
yeah,
don't
criminals
care.
are criminals. If you're a bad actor, you're already a bad actor. So, I think if you want to kidnap a kid, you now have the possibility to do so. And I get the intention. I get the intention that th there's been instances where ICE has picked up somebody's parents, and then nobody's able to go pick up the kid, and then now the school's scrambling to find a guardian to take care of the child.
But correct me if I'm wrong. There's already a process in place, like for example, emergency contact that the parents fill out. You know, when they enroll their kid into school. I don't know.
That was my thought.
I could be wrong, but
That was my thought
I
when I
think
was
there's
reading.
something already in place.
Danny, the bill is an overly long bill. Don't you ever feel like they write these bills just to confuse people? It's an overly long bill. You would think, oh, there's definitely safeguards in there to make sure the kids are protected. And the whole time I'm reading it, I'm like, "W- I thought they've always had emergency contacts. Even when I was in school, I
Hmm.
used to have to bring home the page that had the emergency contacts. Um, but apparently, this is different. This is a response to Donald Trump's immigration policies. Donald Trump's immigration policies. Following the law that has been put in place by Congress. Uh, yeah, nice policies, Donald Trump, following the law. But it's put in place to um, as kind of like let's make sure that the kids have somebody to pick them up. And I
Yeah.
get that.
No,
You
and
want
it
to
sounds
protect the
really
kids.
good. I mean, they packaged it really nice.
Yeah,
It's
they certainly
protect the
did.
kids, save the children,
They
like
certainly
they
did.
always do. Yeah.
My thing is, Danny, we have been calling out for the last month for them to put the safeguards in. Just amend your bill before you send it to the governor. And they haven't done that. Like they postponed the voting, and I thought, "Oh, great. They heard everybody that went to the Capitol last month in August. They heard them. Finally, something's going to be done in our favor." No, it's the same thing. I checked it. Senate and the Assembly have passed it in California, and it's now on Gavin Newsom's desk, and that's why he's afraid to do the State of the State, because he's so busy reading AB 495.
Yeah, I think you're right. When did you get hired as his publicist? That's that's actually pretty good.
I don't know what their actual excuse was. Um, you know, the other thing that I heard about today was um, the bill that Gavin Newsom actually did sign in, AB 144, and that was we were calling for immediate attention, taking action today because I just want to read Scott Wiener's tweet on it. AB 144, just to kind of give you a perspective of what's going on here. The more Trump tears things down, especially on public health and science, the more California will step up to take care of business at the state level. Trump is destroying the CDC and making it harder for people to get vaccines. California is picking up the slack, now moving toward our own CDC. So Bill AB 144 is for California's own CDC.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I guess we can. I wanted to talk to about Newsom's failures, right? And you kind of that's a perfect segue. It's like one failure after another. Here's another one introduced. Um, so they're losing control, and now they want to introduce this for California only. I wonder how people are going to react to that. What do you think?
I don't know. I I feel like whatever Gavin Newsom is doing, sometimes I think with Gavin Newsom, I think he's trying to put a good image of himself because he's going to run for president. And then he does stuff like this where it's like, you're going to have to prove yourself to 49 other states. This is not making your case.
Mm,
That's my opinion. But then again, there's the blue no matter who's. There's the who's going to run as a Republican candidate, and will they come out and put the Trump hate against that person? So you never know what's going to happen. But I feel like Gavin Newsom is just failing over and over. My Californian perspective. I'm not an expert on governors or across the country, but I pay a little bit of attention to Gavin Newsom.
yeah. Well, I mean, we've got eyes and ears to, hear and see what's happening, right? So,
Exactly.
you know, for
So you tell
example,
me.
homelessness crisis. Do you see that?
No,
No.
no. What homeless crisis? Of course we see it. It's everywhere.
Did you know that there's but you didn't know that Newsom spent billions on that, right? And he's spending more. So
You know,
how could you lie about that? That's not a problem. He spent billions on that.
I live in Fresno, and there's a homeless crisis here. I actually work in downtown, so I see a lot of homeless people. Um, I've lived in, and and recently visited Los Angeles. Same thing. The Bay Area. I grew up in Sacramento, actually, outside of the Bay Area, but we used to go to the Bay Area all the time. And every time I've gone to the Bay Area, the homeless issue has gotten worse and worse. Um, so I really don't see where the billions and billions are going to. When a few years ago they said Elon
Someone's
Musk can solve
pocket.
the homeless crisis with $8 billion, and here we are today after spending billions, and we haven't put a dent in it.
Yeah, it's gotten worse. My eyes are telling me that it's gotten worse. What
I
are
would
your eyes?
agree. I would agree.
Okay,
I would
maybe my
agree. Of course,
maybe
they'll come out with statistics, Danny. Danny, they'll come out with statistics, and somehow they'll make it to where the homeless crisis has gotten less worse. Oh, there's not as many homeless people. It's just that there's a high number of mental illness patients,
yeah.
uh, unhospitalized mental illness patients. That they'll come up with some weird pocket to put them
They're
all
not
into.
homeless. They live in communities of encampments.
Yeah. Communities of encampments.
Yeah, no, but I don't know if you heard about this, but I heard we can fact check ourselves here, but I think somewhere in Southern California, like San Diego, homeless people are forming some sort of class action lawsuit to to the city for unsafe living conditions, maybe the unsafe, unhealthy encampments.
Who's paying for the lawyers?
Hey man, they're stepping in and going, "We got a good case here."
Oh man. Hey, anything to
Pro
steal the
bono,
taxpayers' money.
pro bono.
Anything to steal the taxpayers' money. They get free phones and free lawyers.
Yeah. So
Nice.
we're paying to get rid of this, right? That's our tax dollars, and then we're gonna get sued because the city's gonna get sued, and it's gonna they're gonna take our money again. Holy smokes!
Yeah, they free
Ah,
lawyers to sue the city, free phones, free needles to take the drugs that they're taking. Uh,
housing too. They're getting luxurious hotel
yeah,
rooms.
remodeled hotel rooms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you want to get a hotel room in any one of those cities, even if it's like a rundown piece of junk hotel, like a,
It's
I
pushing
don't know,
500
I,
a night
I don't
easy.
want to name any names in case we ever get sponsors in the future, but some rundown hotel that it costs $250 a night. That's what cheap hotels cost in California now. So, to me, it's ridiculous. We're just giving these. Uh, I get it. Some of them are down and out. Some people hit rough patches in life. But man, what a ridiculous thought that the homeless people are suing the taxpayers. Huh, wow.
Yeah. Do you think that that's one of the reasons why he didn't do live state to state? Maybe facing a little bit of criticism when it comes to that. Maybe it has something to do with that.
Could be that.
Or
Could
what
be
about crime and public safety? What have your eyes been telling you about that?
crime and public safety.
Hmm.
Statistically, it's getting much better. Statistically, my eyes are telling me it's not getting better. You know, you can't park a car in the Bay Area without it being broken into. Uh, you can't go to Los Angeles without seeing some sort of ridiculousness. I mean, the crime is just through the roof. But it's something that we talk about on Don't Mind Us. It's just underreported.
Yeah,
The police show up and they kind of like, well, do you want to file a report? What do you mean? Do I want to file a report? That's why we called you.
yeah.
But their hands are tied too.
You just reminded me of something.
Uh oh.
Uh, I saw my mom this weekend, and someone in the Bay Area, while she was over there, tried to break into her car and messed up a driver's side door handle. You just reminded me that I have to buy one so that I can install it. So thank you for that.
Hey,
But
you're welcome.
speaking
Anything
of crime,
anything that we in the state of California can do to make your life more miserable. It almost seems like that's Gavin Newsom's pitch, right?
hey, you know
You
what?
know,
If that was his goal, he would be so freaking. He would be the most successful governor of time.
maybe that's his goal. Maybe that's why he's doing so well.
Yeah, man, he is doing a great job. If that is the goal, if you think about it, the best ever.
The best governor.
But yeah, no. To your point, lenient policies as far as enforcing crime and convictions, right? So if you're not enforcing it and or convicting people, of course, statistics are going to be low on crime, right?
Yeah, and the way everything works with law enforcement and the justice system, the police, they are they already don't have the backup of their local, mayors or the leadership that's supposed to have their back. They already don't have that.
Yeah,
There's a serious lack of that.
yeah.
And to top it off, if you do your job and you arrest somebody and take them to jail, suddenly they're getting let out because of weak policies.
Right. Lenient. What
Lenient.
happened? What happened in the bus over? Was that Minneapolis? Where did that happen? The stabbing?
Oh, that was I thought that was in it was on the East Coast. It was in Carolina. Um,
Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah.
No, it wasn't North Carolina. Let's look it up because I saw a little bit of that, and man, that was horrific. But
Yeah, the Ukrainian girl, man, that was just
lenient. He had been, uh, I want to say, arrested 14 times or something crazy like that.
well, the justice system failed her.
Yeah,
It failed her because he should have been behind bars. And
yeah, you're right. North Carolina.
and what's really sad about that, Danny, is you know, it's not the only case.
No.
Like, I'm not saying that there's a lot of people that are dead because of the lenient justice system there in North Carolina or just around the country.
Yeah.
It's just that. there are cases where there are victims, whether it's murder or rape
Assault.
or theft, assault, because somebody was let out when they shouldn't have been let out. You know,
Yeah.
there's a justice system for a reason.
No cash bail.
Yeah,
Inconvenient. Yeah.
yeah, and the thing is, if you're arrested, I believe, and I believe in rehabilitation. You got to do your time
Yeah.
and serve that time that you've earned, and then when you get out, hopefully you have a change of mind. You have a new outlook on life. Like, hey, I don't want to commit crimes because I don't want to go back to being institutionalized.
So you're telling me that having consequences for actions will deter people from doing bad things?
You know what? I feel like historically that has been accurate, but I don't want to be the fool that is wrong because times might have changed.
Yeah.
But historically, I would say that's accurate.
Yeah. Well, let's take California as an example. And several cities across across the United States. I think you're probably right. The probability
Yeah.
that you're right
Look, let's go with the historical
data.
uh, data,
Yeah.
and just man, I think prison. I've never been in prison, but I think it probably sucks. But um, if you commit a crime, I think you should be locked up.
Yeah. You got
And I get it. I get how sometimes people go, well, sometimes people are arrested and they didn't commit the crime. Well, I get that, but how small of a percentage is that compared to the percentage of people that did commit
well,
crimes and have been correctly convicted?
the odds. Let's go. I like odds and I like percentages. So the odds that someone has been arrested 14 times, I think the probability of them being
Targeted?
uh, likely to
Oh,
commit another crime or something like that, I think the chances are pretty high.
14 is iffy. I feel like 15 is that right number.
Yeah. Okay.
15 might be that right number.
So
So now they know for sure because this is the 15th time. The
yeah,
fact that he killed somebody is not the reason why we know he's a bad guy now.
yeah.
It's the fact that it's the 15th time.
No,
Or I think you might be right, Danny. When there's a
smoke, there's fire.
pattern, when there's a pattern, something's wrong,
Yeah.
right? Why does he keep getting out? Especially when previously, even earlier this year, a judge had asked for there to be a psych evaluation on this guy. Why is he out running the streets?
No, well, you know, that's horrific that that happened. I saw the video. Wish I wouldn't have seen the video. God bless her soul. May she rest in peace. She did not deserve that, and the system truly let her down. And I hope those people that are directly responsible for that recognize that and repent. God bless their souls too, because they've got blood on their hands.
Absolutely. And,
But let's think about, does that impact businesses and families? Coming
oh,
back to
heck yes.
California, can
Heck yes.
one of the things that I tell my kids, and if my wife happens to need gas in her car, I'll ask her, and depending on the time of day, if it's now and she needs gas for tomorrow morning, I'll go pump the gas for her. It's 7:30 right now. It's getting a little bit darker. Earlier now that the summer's ending, and I'll go and pump the gas. I mean, and I don't think that says I feel safe enough for her to go. The streets are not safe enough for her to go out there and pump gas. My son's out there, and I've told him before, Ma, you got to pump gas at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. Don't do it. Do it the following morning. It's odds, it's probabilities, it's percentages.
Yeah.
You're putting yourself at more risk. Now that I say that, is it? I say it because I care about my loved ones and my neighbors and people in the community. But is it right? We
You know,
shouldn't have to be thinking that way.
Danny.
We should be thinking that it's safe enough to go out there and pump gas at 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning.
When you talk about odds and probability, and a lot of people will say the odds are it's not going to happen, regardless of the time. But what you pointed out, it's important for people to realize if there's a 1% chance at 3 p.m. that something might happen to you. Maybe it's not a criminal act, but maybe it's just somebody harassing you, right?
Hmm.
Whatever it is, let's just say it's a 1% chance at 3 p.m. Maybe it's double that night. Maybe it's only a 2% chance. But 2 times out of 100 times that you go at night to go pump, somebody's going to harass you. Whether that's, hey, can I have $1? Or, hey, you know, I'm from out of town and I just need $5 of gas if you can please. Or it's somebody actually uh, doing something like molestation, um, maybe theft, whatever it is. That all can fall in with that within that statistic. It's important for people to realize, like, yeah, it's a small chance, but the chance has increased at night. And do you really want to deal with that chance? Do you really want to deal with the increased probability and the decrease of the amount of people around that would be able to not just be able, but because some people don't won't step in, but the possibility that somebody might see it and go, "Hey, hey, leave that person alone," like with your wife, leave that lady alone.
Hmm.
Because if I saw somebody messing with the lady, hey, you better stop because you don't
Hmm.
want me to get involved over there.
One thing
Now,
I'm sure of,
yeah.
they'll bust out their phone and
Oh
start
my God.
recording.
The day and age we live in, Danny. The day and age we live in.
So
World star.
now, okay, so that's another one. Maybe crime and public safety is one of the reasons he might not have done the live state to state. Maybe.
Are you sure it's not because he was saving California from the devastation of Texas stealing the or redistricting over there? Now we have to redistrict.
Yeah,
He's
Texas not.
saving us.
Yeah,
He's saving Californians, Danny.
you're right.
Right now, there's a supermajority of Democrats representing the state at about 80% to, and they want to continue to make it less of representation than what it is. Maybe he's so busy doing that. I don't know. What kind of excuse can you give Gavin Newsom for failing to publicly come out and give a state of the state?
Um, you're a good publicist. I'll tell you that.
I need a job in politics.
Yeah, you do.
But I don't want to work in politics. Politics is
It's scary how
dirty.
natural it's coming to you. You're on the wrong side, but so let me ask you this: what about cost of living and housing?
Oh my God!
Skyrocketing rent.
I made a video about this the other day where gasoline in California is over $4 a gallon, while in other states it's like low, like $3 a gallon. I just filled up at an AM/PM, which is cheap gas for anybody listening outside of California. AM/PM is cheap gas.
Yeah,
Um, it was like 4.25 um, for unleaded. Um, electricity is like $17 in every other state versus 30 cents. Oh, excuse me, 17 cents in every state versus 30 cents in California per
kilowatt.
kilowatt hour, which adds up. I mean, we're paying double,
Yeah.
way more so here in Fresno. For some reason, our electricity is way more expensive here in
Well, I
Fresno.
went to Fresno this weekend and I filled up and I did a triple take. It's $84, 14 gallons, $84. unleaded.
14 gallons. So to put that in perspective, you're probably driving like a small SUV, right?
You know?
To fill up your small SUV, $85. I mean, that's how much we used to pay for like a big Tahoe back in uh, when we were struggling in 2007.
Yeah.
Um, it's just wild, man. I don't get how people think things are so great in California. Like we're Danny, we're fighting for California for a different California, right? We're fighting for um, the American dream here, for the most beautiful state. We just want things to match to the liberties and the great American life that people get to enjoy in other states. And it doesn't make sense to me why it's not greater here in California than it is in a state like Texas. How is cost of living less in Texas than in the beautiful natural resource filled state of California? It doesn't make sense to me.
No?
We can drill oil right here off the coast. Why aren't we doing it?
Well,
We refine our own fuel here at a special what do they call it? A special grade because we don't want smog. You know, the what's going on in the other states that we need special gasoline here. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
it's red tape regulations, man. It's many different ways of just taking more money and adding more taxes straight up. But you know, like I said, skyrocketing rent, unaffordable home prices. Before it, when rent was low, house prices were high. When house prices were low, rent pricing was high. Now it's everything just high. It's like we're gonna make everything high. We're just gonna be fair across the board.
Yeah,
We're ripping
everything's
off
high.
at every level.
Everything's high except for your wage,
Yeah. Well,
unless you work in fast
wage is
food.
high, but the cost is also high. So it's like
Yeah.
you think you got a raise, but you actually got a demotion, and
Yeah,
you sit there going, "Holy smokes! I feel like I'm doing, getting paid more than I've ever have in my life, but it sure doesn't feel like it. It actually
yeah,
feels like I'm struggling a little bit more than I used to."
absolutely. We're struggling more. And, I went to get some Raisin Canes earlier. There's four of us. I ended up paying like almost $50 for four of us.
I thought
And
you
the
were gonna
kids
say
just got
more. That's
kids
actually
meals.
pretty cheap.
No,
Holy,
it was so expensive. Everything's so expensive. You can go to McDonald's and spend $60 for four people. It's crazy. It
did one person get a chicken strip each? Is
no, I mean the kids ones come with a couple of chicken strips, small fries. I got the meal with I think it had four or five chicken strips. I feel like the chicken strips have decreased in size too, which is odd. I didn't think Raising Cane's would do that. But it was so expensive, and I just think like, man, I know they're making over $20 an hour in there, those employees.
yeah, yeah, true, true.
So I get why the food prices are so high, but that's what they fought for, right? They fought for a living wage, but little did they know,
It's gonna
in order to get
increase.
this living wage, some of us are gonna get fired. It's gonna be a smaller team, and we're gonna get loaded up with robots. Now you go into a fast food restaurant, Danny, you can't even get your order taken. I went to the
Now,
McDonald's, I
now
think.
you got to work. Now they put you to work as soon as you step in. It's like we're gonna charge you more, and you're gonna work. You're gonna order your own stuff. Put your order in. If you get it wrong, it's on you. But
Yeah,
then
dude, I walked into the McDonald's here next to my house, and then I don't know if you've ever been into a new McDonald's, but the layouts are totally different. There is a counter where they will take your order, but right in front of the counter is a dining table, so there's people eating. So you just feel uncomfortable waiting to put an order in.
you're such a
Or
jerk,
you can
like
go to
just
the
standing at
kiosk.
their table ordering.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, why would they put a table here within like 4 feet of the counter? But like I said, you can also just go to the kiosk and get to work. They're not paying you $20 an hour. They're also not giving you a discount, but they're putting you to work to put an order in, and then you can go pick up your order, which is almost always wrong now. It's
Yeah.
almost always wrong. They always forget your apple pie. They always forget your fries. Yeah, you always have to. Excuse me, can I get my drink? Oh, you didn't get your drink? No, the kiosk doesn't hand them out. You know?
Well, next is you're gonna go get your own drink. That that's 2026,
I'm
baby.
waiting for my fries. Well, the machine's right there.
Go get it. What's wrong with you?
Come on.
You put the order in. Go get it yourself.
Make sure you make sure you don't put salt on those.
Yeah.
You put on the order you don't want salt. Like, come on, man.
I don't know. Maybe that's part of the reason. Maybe it's that Californians left California in record numbers. Maybe another reason not to do this in live state of the state. Maybe.
You know what? I heard him refuting that in this last year that California has actually gained
Hmm.
population from out of state.
From out of country. Oh, I mean out of state. So
From out of country, right? I don't see new people from out of state, but if it's
haven't,
true,
I haven't
great.
met not
You
one
know,
person that's out of state. You know when the last person that I met out of state after Katrina.
hey, that's true.
I met some very nice people from
New Orleans,
Louisiana.
Louisiana. That's true. The last time I really remember people moving to California was after Katrina, which was
It,
really unfortunate. It's really sad because they lost their homes, they lost everything. But
it, it, it took a
aside from that, it is people from other
national,
countries.
national disaster for people to move into California.
That or coming from another country, because I have met many people that have come to this country, whether through asylum or whatever reasons, green cards, visas.
Hmm.
Um, so I or legally.
Yeah.
Let's not downplay that because that happens a lot. But you're absolutely right. People have left the state, and I don't know where Gavin Newsom's getting these numbers from. That the population is on the rise. I don't see it coming from out of state,
Yeah.
but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, Danny, because I live in Fresno.
Yeah, I think
People
you're
who
wrong.
wants to come to Fresno?
I think Newsom is right.
Yeah,
So I guess we can dismiss that reason. What about energy and water management, I should say. Um, like rolling blackouts. You alluded to high utility rates,
high
um,
utility rates.
restrictions on water. You do not water. Can you water your grass in Fresno?
There. So,
I know in
you,
the Bay Area you can't. So
uh, here's the thing about watering in the state of California. We still get the notices from when we were in a drought, and they would bill us or give us tickets for overwatering or watering on days we're not supposed to water. We still get the same notices. The issue with those notices, unless some law has recently changed, the issue with those notices is that somebody sued the government, and they at the state level made it a law where they cannot give tickets out for watering on opposite days.
oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do that anymore.
Common sense or what?
Yeah, I mean they're supposed to charge you for your water, but they can't tell you not to use water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is important to realize. All right, it's not to realize. It's important to know that because most of your neighbors don't know that, and they see the notice and they're like, "Hey, don't water today.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
odd addresses, and it's a Tuesday, and the sun rose in the east today, and they say when the sun rises in the east, you're not allowed to water."
Damn, I didn't know that rule.
I'm just the sun always rises in the east.
For those of you that don't know that, no, but With the rolling blackouts, that's my favorite. It's like, he's talking about uh, green leadership. All electric vehicles in, I don't know,
Oh
2035 or
God.
whatever the hell it was. And let let me see if I can make sense of this. We have rolling blackouts, right?
Oh yeah, we're struggling with our power grid, right?
So our power grid, the
I see where you
infrastructure can't sustain our current, um,
our current grid,
the electric vehicles that are out there, and just in
right?
general, even in homes, just with what we have right now. So
Hmm.
we're supposed to lean more into that. I wonder how those rolling blackouts are going to get. Are they going to get better? Or are they going to get worse as we transition to all electric and these green ideas that they have?
I feel like you're attacking Gavin Newsom.
I'm just asking questions, but I'm sorry
Oh,
if I'm
oh,
attacking them. I apologize.
as his publicist.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
uh, you know what? It's unsustainable currently. We can barely handle it as it is. I just had a power outage a couple weeks ago. We had some electronics. I have a little computer that kind of manages all my Internet of things. So if
Hmm.
I tell Siri to turn on the light or open the or just different things, check on the fridge, things like that. Things that I spent a lot of my hard fought effort and blood, sweat, and tears money,
Hmm.
they don't work now because the computer's fried because I had a power outage.
Wow.
There's a surge. My TV, our main TV in the living room, uh, the power, um, it would no longer power on. So I had to get a new TV. Just stupid little things like that. And it's like,
That's
why are we having power failures at this level?
I don't know. I mean, we're in the 21st century, right?
We're in the 21st century, but it's like we live in Haiti.
Well, this is what the most I don't watch a lot of TV, and when we do watch TV, um, it's Wi-Fi, right, nowadays. So I can't watch a freaking episode in its entirety, like from start to beginning, because it freezes up.
He used to not do that, right?
No. And well, when it was cable and it was hardwired, I
Hmm.
don't remember ever having an issue unless it was freaking a big storm outside and the wind was causing issues or something like that. But for us being in 21st century, I don't think we're getting closer to the Jetsons cartoon that everybody was expecting to be living in the 21st century here.
It's almost like we took a big step forward coming into like since the 2000s into 2010, took a huge step forward with the iPhones and all
Hmm.
this technology. But after that, we took five big steps backwards.
Yeah,
Between security issues and wireless issues. Like, oh, yeah, people are like, I work in technology, and people are always like, yeah, wireless, how amazing. And I'm just like,
not really.
yeah, until there's other devices put out radio frequencies, and that causes uh, traffic and interference, and suddenly you have things that get missed or issues, and then you're in trouble. And who's blaming who? You gonna call me back here and blame me for it?
Yeah,
Like, let's just wire it in. Wire is cheap.
yeah. Well, maybe that's not another reason. Maybe energy and water mismanagement is not another reason why he didn't have a
Oh,
fixed estate. I don't know.
dang it, Danny, you are hitting hard today because man, water and energy.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
it's and it's so expensive, Danny.
and I haven't even gotten into education decline. Do you think that's another reason he might have not had the state to state live? I don't know.
I think I read that we were ranked like 37th
I think
in
it
the
was higher. We've been seeing like in the 40s, mid 40s, 45th.
Yeah, certain subjects are worse than others,
Okay.
and
Well, I'll tell
it's
you one
funny that
thing.
I was looking
Early
that up, and I couldn't believe it.
40s, no
California,
matter
we used
what
to
the
be like
subject
among the
is, it's
best.
all good. So,
Wh-
but we're spending a lot in education.
Oh, we spent exorbitant amounts of money, and Gavin Newsom also feeds all the kids. Feeds
Yeah.
all the kids. So when they get to school, they can get their carbohydrates full with cereal or honey
Sugar,
bun.
a lot of fructose corn syrup, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's never healthy, is it? I never go to the school and go, oh yeah, what a balanced breakfast, yogurt and a piece of fruit. No, it's always like trash, like human slop.
Yeah. So, do you think it might have to do like with them concentrating like on social ideology um, and stuff like that, rather than an actual curriculum to teach them the important subjects like
I
English, math,
I can't remember if they
science?
passed the assembly bill, but I do remember just a few weeks ago they were trying to pass a bill that was um it was a bill that they wanted to use to protect the kids um, from having to notify the parents if the child has admitted that they are like a trans or gay, so LGBTQ,
Mhm.
and they were going to put the phone number for, I can't remember the name of the line, um
Trevor Project or something like
yeah, the
that.
Trevor Project, so you can call in and basically they can indoctrinate you on how to hide your
Mhm.
true self from your parents. Which to me, it's like, that eh, what a way to lose trust in parents and steal parental rights away from your citizens. Uh, for me, it's like I want to know what's going on with my kids, with
What's wrong with
everything.
you?
Well, I just feel like
Don't you know they know better than you, than us?
sometimes I guess so, but I think if my child is going through something, let's just say that um, one of my children is a homosexual, and and this is, I'm not trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable. Okay, this is just a scenario. If I have a child that's homosexual and my child feels like they have no support at home, I gotta know that. I gotta know so that I can let my child know, hey, I love you. No matter what, I'm here for you. I don't want you to, whatever you think you're going through, I don't want you to lose sight of what's important and start to go down the path or the rabbit hole of, well, if I feel this way, was I, maybe I wasn't born in the right body. If let's just say it's one of the boys, right?
Mhm.
And he likes boys. And I know we have conservatives on here, so I know a lot of people are feeling really hot in their seat right now. One of the boys likes boys. Well, if if I like boys, then that must mean I should have been born a girl.
Mm.
Holy moly. I feel like I should be there for my kid to be able to protect them from that situation. I'm not saying that um I'm not trying to condemn anybody out there, but I want to be there for my child and let them know that I love them no matter what. And you're going to steal that from me because the Democrats decided that the parents are not supporting their kids?
Mhm. Or they're not equipped to deal with that type of situation.
They're not equipped to deal with that situation. But the teachers are.
Yeah.
Danny, the teachers are. Because the teachers love my kids more than I love my kids.
Yeah.
I raised them. I changed their diapers. I fed them their bottles. I work hard every day, hours and hours, not because I love going to work. I mean, not that I hate going to work, but I do it because I love my kids so that they can have a better life than I had. But the state thinks that I'm not equipped to take care of my child the way that I should and love them and represent them. How crazy is that?
That's insane. And I mean, what are you thinking? What qualifies you to know better than teachers? I don't understand. So maybe the decline in education had nothing to do with him not doing a live state to state. Maybe them concentrating, like you said, on taking parents' rights away instead of curriculum.
It's just wild, Danny. Like we should be focused on getting their scores up, but we're so distracted with pronouns and can the boy play volleyball on the girls' volleyball team
Hmm.
in Jurupa Valley, California, and let's award that boy, girl, whatever. I can't go along with the mislabeling anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore, Danny. I'm getting too old. Um,
Hey,
I
I think a lot of people agree with you on that one. I'm seeing more and more social media posts where people are just fed up with it. I told my wife I saw one where it was in a classroom and they had a trans person. You can already imagine it was drag. You know what they look like, scary as hell. And they're in the classroom reading books to kids, and one father just called it out and was like, "Who let the tranny in?" You know, and it's like you could tell in his voice exactly what you said right now. He's just fed up. This is like stupid. You know, what are we doing here? These people that know better than us are allowing
yeah.
this to happen.
You are letting the
That
school systems
frustration.
indoctrinate your kids to make them think that that's okay. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not. If that guy likes guys, what you do in your bedroom, I that's not my business. What is my business is what my child is learning. And I don't need them going to the school library or to the public library that our tax dollars have funded. And there's a tranny there reading a book to them.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you doing here? Isn't there like some club or something that you should be at dancing? What are you doing here reading books to kids in that getup?
I don't know. I guess we're wrong about that one too. What about, do you think that his response to emergency situations, like, I don't know, like maybe COVID or wildfires, has anything to do with him not wanting to do a live state to state?
Oh man, what a failure, right? What a failure! And he tries to twist the facts. Danny, he tries to twist the facts. He'll go in front of Ron DeSantis and talk about how much he's failed. And I remember during COVID when Ron DeSantis, when nobody was riding on the highways, he called in the highway administration to go and fix the roads. Like what an opportunity! Nobody's on the roads, so you're gonna go out and fix them?
Hmm.
Who? Why couldn't we do that in California? We're still hitting the same potholes that have been there since 1994. So Gavin Newsom, in my opinion, um, especially with his French Laundry scandal, especially with his kids going to school while our kids couldn't go to school,
Hmm.
to me, he failed. And maybe he doesn't realize it because for him, his kids were still going to school.
Yeah.
So for him, he was probably like, oh, yeah, people are great. This is great.
This is the same. What are you guys complaining about? Nothing's changed.
Jeez. There's
There's less
like
traffic out there. This is way better. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, yeah, it's almost like that. And the wildfire situation. Just talk about devastating. Paradise, Pacific Palisades. Uh, I mean, every time I have a fire up here in Shaver near Shaver Lake, not far from me, within 30 miles. Um, they don't even know when they're going to put it out. I was talking to a friend. He was like, they think like sometime in October, and I was like, a month. He's like, yeah, they got it like 15% contained. A month to put out the fire? That's crazy. What are
Man,
we doing? Where's all the equipment?
I went out there, I want to say a year ago, and just a drive up there, there's a bunch of areas where they're still recovering from the last fires.
Yeah, there was a
Mhm.
fire there. We went camping last year, and I saw the same thing. There's still areas from the fire in 2020
Mhm.
where the trees haven't even had a chance to regrow.
Yeah,
Even stumps, it's just still ash.
yeah,
So and still Gavin Newsom doesn't go out there and maintain our forest.
yeah.
I mean, Danny, if I didn't know any better, I would think that you're making a case against Gavin Newsom.
I don't know. I mean, we're just having a conversation, right? We're talking about what our eyes and ears are telling us. So maybe our and ears are wrong, and maybe we should just listen to what everybody tells us. I don't know.
I feel
Even
like
if it contradicts our.
for all of our listeners, I think we just gave the state of the state. I feel like that's what we just did.
That's pretty good. I like that.
The state of the state.
I don't know,
And
man. It it sounds like he's not confident in talking to the people directly.
no, he's not. He's
Maybe.
not. And I get it. I get it. This is Danny. This is his last year. If he doesn't give a state of the state now, he just has to roll into next year and just ride off into the sunset
Yeah.
and try to run for president.
Mhm.
26. The next presidency is in 28, right?
Yeah.
So he just has a couple of years after chilling through the end of his term. He's got a couple of years to kind of prepare for the big show.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. Maybe when he becomes president, he could do these pre-recorded. Um, instead of state of the state, it's State of the Union, where he addresses all Americans. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe he's gearing up. He's practicing for those pre-recorded State of the Unions.
State of the Union. Nobody's there.
Oh my gosh! But hey, maybe you're right. I think I've convinced myself that.
Ooh, looks like Danny dropped off. So to sum it up, the state of the state was dropped. Hey, welcome back, Danny. The state of the state was dropped today as a pre-recorded address to the state of California. Unfortunately, um, Gavin Newsom, for some reason, didn't they think that Californians deserved to have him um, talk to us live. Maybe he had dinner plans at the French Laundry. I don't know, but unfortunately for California, things have not been going well. It's just been getting progressively worse. Gavin Newsom has been struggling as a leader. Um, Regardless of what he claims when he goes out there and talks to the nation, when he comes out and says, "Oh, things are going so great in California. Like our population is increasing. The homeless, we're dealing with the homeless. Uh, uh, you know, school grades are going up." And it's like, dude, you guys aren't even doing real grades at school. It's why so many parents are pulling their kids out of school and putting them in homeschooling. Can you blame them? You could do a better job uh, putting in half the effort at home. Uh, so yeah, Gavin Newsom is failing. He's afraid to publicly go out there and put that face on and lie to us again. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why he's phoning it in and sending the pre-recorded. Maybe he just needed a few takes to get it done right, and doing that live is really hard. I know. I make those clips online, and I get it, man. You make mistakes, and you want to go back and clean that up, right? So maybe that's why he phoned it in. Uh, yeah. So why is this important for our out of state listeners? Danny, I'm not sure if you're back here audibly. You there, Danny? That's all right. That's all right, Danny. I'll uh, I'll finish it up. So why is it important for the state of California? It uh, for people out of California to pay attention to the state of California. It's because the Democrats are using their future playbook right here. The uh, Democrat Party is exposing what they really want to do at a national level right here with the Trevor Project, with AB 495. These are things that they want to do across the country. Uh, you know, they're fed up of Donald Trump pushing in these laws, enforcing these laws that they themselves have put in place for the nation. So sending in the National Guard and things like that. Those are just actions that you can expect in other places if Gavin Newsom becomes the president. Just a second here. Danny can't hear us, and I don't think he can see us either. So um, with that warning, for those of you that are listening outside of California, with that warning, I think we finish this episode by thanking you for watching. For our in California listeners, we appreciate you. Keep following us on at Lead Unite, um, on Instagram, X, wherever you can find us, YouTube. Um, Also, find us on Instagram at LatinoFreeMinds.com. Excuse me, at Latino Free Minds. And we're trying to grow our following on Instagram. So if you can hit that follow button, that would be great. So that you can get our updates whenever we have an update of what's going on here in California. We also have updates at the national level too, but we're focusing on California right now because we feel like this is the front lines for the nation. If the Democrats or the left, let's just call it the left, can continue pushing uh pushing the line here, it's going to happen at a national level. So keep praying for us, and if you can, spread the word. Let people know. Tune into Latino Free Minds. They're telling us what's going on out there. Danny and Daniel are calling it out. They're not afraid to say what Gavin Newsom is doing. So let's do it. God bless you guys. As Danny would say, peace be with you. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in next week at 7 o'clock. The guys have a lot of great episodes coming up. So tune in every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. It's got some great things coming to you guys. Thank you so much.